Everybody, it's Mike, and just wanted to give a quick introduction to this video. Kim and I went out to Colorado late this summer, and we did the Old Falls River Road gravel ride in Estes Park. So this is our review of the ride. If you're looking for a super challenging ride in Colorado, this is a good one to do. So let's roll the intro. Pretty legit. Kim surprised me with a trip to Frisco, Colorado over Labor Day weekend 2023. We took the gravel bikes with us on this trip, and we're looking for some good gravel rides. I wanted to visit Estes Park, also known as the Rocky Mountain National Park, and we found a gravel ride review for Old Falls River Road. The review said it was a challenging but beautiful ride. We watched some YouTube reviews and decided, why not? Let's do it. We drove down to Estes Park, and as usual, ended up with a later start time than planned, which seems to be our MO these days. We parked at the Beaver Meadows Visitor Center, where we turned left onto Highway 36 and rode about a half a mile before getting in line with the cars. A word of advice: Kim and I didn't know if we could bypass a line of cars or not, so Kim rode up ahead to ask the rangers. While I was in line, two cyclists passed me and said we didn't have to wait in line. The four of us made it to the ranger station and were immediately stopped by a ranger. She said we would have to pay to enter the park, but let us jump in line. The couple we met were surprised we were going to have to pay because they said they've never had to pay before. Kim smooth talked the ranger in the booth, and she let us in without having to pay. We entered the park, saw a couple elk, and the usual folks stopped to look at the elk. We continued on Highway 36 and started the first climb and had some great views of Estes Park. Estes Park is a town in northern Colorado. It's known as the base for the Rocky Mountain National Park, home to wildlife including elk and bears, plus miles of trails. The park's Trail Ridge Road winds past craggy peaks, forests, and tundra. Nearby are the wilderness areas of Roosevelt National Forest. The Estes Park aerial tramway connects the town to the summit of Prospect Mountain for views over the valley. We continue to climb on Route 36 up the Deer Mountain Trailhead. The views are spectacular, and you can overlook the valley and get an idea of how big Estes Park really is. We made a right at the Deer Mountain Trailhead onto the Trail Ridge Road. This was a super fun 4-mile downhill with a great view off to the right. At the bottom of the hill, we made a left onto Old Falls River Road. There's a parking lot for the Lawn Lake Trailhead, so if you're doing the ride, you'll know you're going the right way. Kim and I followed the paved road for maybe a mile, and then we found the start of the gravel climb. All right, Old Falls Rock Road, or Falls Lake Road, Old Falls River Road, here we go.
Off-road and on the dirt.
9 miles. Nothing to it.
Narrow, steep switchbacks.
All right, we'll check in and get some good video. Bye. This was when I kind of questioned our decision. Kim pulled in front of me, and the first section was pretty steep. I knew the climb was going to take a while, and this was kind of a kick in the pants. The climb is 9.07 miles long with 3,189 feet of climbing, with an average incline of 6.7%. We weren't in a hurry, so we found a steady pace. We enjoyed the conversation on the way up. At the bottom, you were surrounded by cliffs and steep mountainsides, and a couple of streams to take your mind off the climb. After a while, the incline eased up some, and we just enjoyed the climb. As you climb, the views just get better and better, and you start to get an idea of where you're headed. Yep. About halfway up the climb, you hit several switchbacks, which have some awesome viewpoints. If we hadn't been on our bikes, we definitely would have stopped for pictures.
Is that surreal?
Yes.
The incline felt like it picked up here, so we soldiered on. The climb was great, and we started to come up with some Alpine Meadows, which made the ride a little easier. About 3/4 of the way up the climb, we hit another switchback section. At this point, you can see the Alpine Meadows and actually see the Alpine Visitor Center at the top of the climb. But don't get confident. You still have a long, long way to go. The climb is challenging from this point, as the road turns back on itself a couple times.
Almost there. I think this might be the last switchback, I hope.
There's a pond at the last switchback. At this point, the temperature was dropping and we hit a major headwind. As we made the last left turn, we were hit with a steep climb of probably 100 yards. Kim dropped me and I just enjoyed the view up to the right. It was spectacular. I chased Kim up the last section and we finished the last couple yards together at the Alpine Visitor Center. Our time up the climb was 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 11 seconds. Not bad considering Sepp Kuss did it in 54 minutes and 33 seconds. So I think with a little training, Kim and I can keep up with, never mind. We met several folks at the top. They saw our bikes and wanted to know if we rode up to the top of the climb. They were great folks. One of the guys was a motorcycle rider and he was finishing a several-day trip. Another couple from Arkansas that we met saved us by giving us some sodas because the visitor center was sold out. We took a couple pictures at the top and we're getting close, so we started the trip back down to Estes Park, or so we thought. We turned left on Trail Ridge Road thinking it was going to be all downhill. Boy, were we wrong. I think we had about 3 more miles of steady climbing to get to the down. It was cold and windy, which made for a challenge considering how much we had climbed to get to the visitor center. But we kept our head down and moving. The views again were spectacular.
You're tired. I ain't gonna say that because you know me. There'll be another mountain to climb. Oh, that's so freaky looking.
Once we made it to the downhill, it was smooth sailing all the way back to Estes Park. The downhill was awesome, the sun was out, and the temp warmed up all the way down the climb. We probably descended for about 25 minutes at around 30 miles an hour. We followed a couple on a motorcycle all the way down and just smiled the whole time.
I was like watching you ride away from me.
That was so legit. Wait, hold on. So we just did, what was the route called?
I don't need.
What was it called?
Fall River Rock?
Fall River, Old something.
Yeah, old Fall River Road.
I really forgot.
I
Is
did
it Old
too.
Fall River? Yeah. So it was epic, and there was like a 4 or 5 mile climb to the turnoff.
Yeah, 4 or 5 miles to get to the turnoff. Then we went down 4
And then
miles.
we made a right,
Yeah.
and then we dropped down. And every time we climb and then we drop down, you have one thought:
Yeah, go back up.
what comes down has to go up. And then it was a 9 mile climb.
9 mile climb.
On gravel bikes. So every time I stood up, the back wheel would spin out. That was hard.
It was hard.
That was really
It
hard.
was really hard.
But you know what? Look at that.
I know. Look at that.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So anyways, good stuff. Oh,
It's time for
Pizza.
pizza. It's
Pizza.
time for pizza.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna eat fast. And we're so blessed and lucky. And oh my gosh, we're super fit.
all right.
Super fit.
We'll check in later.
It was hot and warm in Estes Park, which put a smile on our faces. We packed the bikes, took a picture at the Rocky Mountain Park sign, and we grabbed some barbecue at Smokin' Dave's Barbecue on Marine Avenue. Highly recommended if you make it to Estes Park. We recommend this ride to anyone, but be warned, it's an advanced level climb, so be careful if you don't have your climbing legs. Bring warm gear, as it was cold at the top, and it could snow any time of the year at the Alpine Visitor Center.
Hey, hope you enjoyed the review of Old Falls River Road in Estes Park. Super fun, challenging gravel ride. And if you have any questions about the ride, leave a comment below and I'll get back to you and answer any questions that you have. And be sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.